You're a god.
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy too, because Milk get a lot of flack. Milk has put on and promoted a lot of different Hoover artists and platforms and got them known. So the first time Gumby was ever even on back on Fake, he didn't go up there. Smack called him in and they was talking about Milk. So Gumby was exploited to be anti-Milk in the situation through a phone call on back on Fig. But you won't let Gumby come tell the story. He got to come up here to tell his story. When that was like 2 years ago when that happened.
Your supposed opposition.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They got to come to your supposed enemies and all that. When that itself is retarded, excuse me, I don't mean to say that word. That itself is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Within itself, to think that a genre of individuals doing something is actually at odds with. Now I get the competition, cool. You know what I'm saying? That's why y'all got podcast awards and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You let the people decide who's the best watch, who's the most liked. You let the people decide that. You don't try and systematically take people, coerce people, lie, and then act like, I did all this myself.
Every time somebody leaves no jumper, hey,
come on,
where's the first place?
Where's the first place they going? Because they watching. But the thing about it is, you're watching the wrong way. And for you to come, like I said, Schmack, I love you. You're my brody. You know what I'm saying? And I did tell you that I would leave it alone in the moment. But this has been over a month or so since this happened.
No resolution.
I haven't been contacted by him on any spectrum, from the let's talk, let's do a show,
my bad,
or meet me on 51st. I ain't heard nothing from you, period. But you this big old guy, and you're doing all of this shit. And guess what? Like I said on the message to him, you got it. You got it. Yeah, you can sit in front of the screen and make, way more than 15 minutes. You sound
that's exaggerated.
Like a female, bro. You sound like a woman throwing her new Birkin bag in another woman's face at the nail salon. That's what you sound like when you say dumbass shit like that. Oh, I can't get nothing from you. You can get everything from me. Well, give me an opportunity then, which I've already been asking. If you can open so many doors and you got it like that where I can learn from you, I can use you, then why aren't you being you? Why aren't you letting motherfuckers use you in that manner? You know what I'm saying?
But you got to remember that JReal is somebody who was raised by his mom. And so I think that's a big part of why he's got like feminine
summertime
tendencies.
To the hood type of dude. He school let out for summer. Now you in the hood.
Yeah.
One of them type of guys, I knew a lot of guys like that from San Bernardino. Shout out to the Dirty Division in the D, you know what I'm saying? Chemo and Dash and all them. But I knew a lot of guys like that from San Bernardino, you know what I'm saying? They weekends or summers, they be in LA. Then, when I was living out in the Dino, then they come back and they be from somewhere. Now they from Pablo, they from who? They from this. Now they the hardest dude out here, but not respected at home type of thing, you know what I'm saying? And so we understand how you played your game and how you got your position of where you at. We know who your family is. We know what your connections are and how your affiliations work. You have to understand that there is a code of conduct to this type of stuff. We all know that. You're not finna invite somebody, like you said, it took you a while to figure it out, but damn, it maybe had to be, damn, I got a neighborhood and a Hoover on the show at the same time. The fuck, I got a blood in the crib. Somebody just got laid down last week from there. I didn't know about that. I'm just trying to create content, trying to be, this and that. But as far as they're concerned, they have vivid tapped it. You're there. Like Smack is in the street. You're there. You know when stuff happened on Manchester. You know when stuff is going down on Vermont. You know what happened yesterday and this and that and X, Y, and Z. You know the individuals that might have been not participated, but affected by whatever is going on. So you have a better sense of understanding than this guy over here who's pretending. And that's why that call came through like stall him out. Leave him alone. He does not know who you are. I told you earlier, I'm the most known, unknown nigga in South Central Los Angeles. I'm known by so many people, but so many people, you guys who's JReal, they ain't gonna know. And somebody told me I should use that as my gimmick. Like, you know what I'm saying? As, being this and that. It's not about being known. I put in my work a long time ago. I did what I had to do a long time ago. I've paid my dues. I've took my bullets. You know what I'm saying? I've done all of that type of shit, and I've helped try and reform. We gave out 257 boxes this last Saturday at a nonprofit to the homeless people. I didn't get paid for that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't community service that was court ordered. I did that because I took my kids because I wanted my kids to see how they can maintain communal economics without having to go to Walmart, without having to invest in capitalism in the way that it is. That's a whole different subject matter. But this is the type of shit I'm on. But this is the type of shit you own, and you think you're going to continue to progress? You think you're going to continue to elevate? You think your fan base going, after watching this show, you're going to lose 2-3% of them? I know that because I ain't never heard you speak like this.
For sure.
Even to you, even as at the height of y'all arguments and y'all little beef going back and forth with y'all videos and fuck them and fuck them and this, I ain't never heard them talk about no 56th Street God Hoover crib. I'm going to mangle you. I'm going to do all of this other type of stuff.
And that's what the fans hate is they hate when there's a disparity between what you'll say on camera and what you'll say behind the scenes. And because I remember there was one time where I said like, yo, you never got put on. You are not even from the place that you front like you're from. And that just stands out to me because he cried talking about it on camera. He was crying saying, ain't nobody on earth who could tell me that I ain't from Hoover Street. Like tearing up. I'm like, that's not normal.
That's not normal.
You're not supposed to tear up saying where you're from. And I finally made you say where you say you're from.
Right.
And now you're crying. That's weird.
Finally, you let us all know what it is because everybody else been saying you're not affiliated. Everybody else been saying that it really has nothing to do with no street or no this and that. It's about the culture. It's about this. It's about giving a section a sign. Like we said, the neighborhoods really didn't ran the Bloods, this and that. Even when we talk about like King Lil G and all the, the Hispanic rap scene, you know what I'm saying? People that have been putting on in their sections, you had an opportunity and have an opportunity to shine a light on a section that's been in the dark for a long time, bro. And this is how you decide to use that position in your life.
It was crazy because we got to go back because this go even before that. This go back to Tyga when he was with Tyga. Now I remember when he got with Tyga, and it was a particular homie about the 50s that told me like, "Hey, Tyga from the set. This is what somebody told me, right?" And I'm like,
H-Crown. Shout out H-Crown.
Which it wasn't H-Crown that told me, but it was through that association. Shout out Free H-Crown and all that, right?
Free H-Crown.
So I'm like, okay, Tyga's with the homies, cool, So I start getting off into Tyga. So this is how I even see about JReal through the association with Tyga, right? But I see him; he's on tour. They going on a big tour. Tyga, he's orange ragging all that. Okay, cool. Like the homies is through the door. That's how I'm looking at it.
Right.
So you're supposed to be getting us through the door. You're supposed to be shining that positive light. You're supposed to be that avenue, that venue for us. And then now you're there and you're going, nigga, I'm too big for you, nigga. I'm the like that ain't the way
kiss
to be.
The ring. You coming with that kiss the ring attitude, like you ain't talking to Don Corleone, but that's a different.
And you not where you at the height of Tiger's run when it ain't Rack City no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you should definitely be humble, even going back to when the big exodus happened here, because that was like right after the first time I came here. I came here all of a sudden a month later, everybody left. Right.
Yeah.
So, but I watched you. You let's figure it out. You know what I'm saying? What do we do? What's going to be the next thing? And you got to be innovative in this content space. Yeah. Instead of doing that, he's like, nigga, I'm JReal. It doesn't matter. I'm going to get here and I'm going to run the chili up and everybody's going to watch me. And he, like you said earlier, he got to be more humble than that because you're not going to keep prospering in this space or in life in general with that mentality and treating people like that.
You think you're on top of the world. You think your girl can't get knocked. You think, that, you got the bag, the super bag and all this other type of stuff. Look, man, you 1 foot in front of the other like everybody else, bro. Accept your blessings as a privilege that you've been handed to be in a space that not many people can get to.
And I think Smack, honestly, is getting kind of tired of the disrespect. And I feel like Smack's kind of hanging on because the money is appreciated by him.
Right.
But I've seen clips of the way he talks to Smack, and I'm like, damn, you gonna f up the one thing that makes this shit work is that you got this co-host that actually has like some real passion and energy and is really from where he's from.
He actually got validity. He actually has the name. He solidifies you. Yeah. He makes you what it is that you're talking about. Without Smack, it would be just back on back. That's it. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be nothing else but that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Your affiliations and your associations with your brothers, and the homies, we already know how that worked out and all this other type of stuff. But Smack is the cape that helps you fly across the city and save the world. You know what I'm saying? Without Smack, you don't fly, homie. And when and my homie is not your mascot. My homie is not your mascot. He's not your pushover. He's not your kid with the dummy hat on in the corner, you could just kick in the ass and laugh about them falling. And I know Smack gonna have something to say. It's not like that, but the eyes see different. When we watch y'all interactions and we watch how this is, it's like, come on, bro. I'd rather you just get your own show. I'd rather Smack just start his own show, and it'll be way more intuitive, and it'll be way more ready to watch, because he has that spirit of being an actor, being a showman. You know what I'm saying? He has that showmanship as an individual. T-Real, you just obviously were in the right place at the right times and are exploiting and taking advantage of those right places and right time, but your shit running short and it's running out. And like I said, especially after this, bro, you finna lose, bro, because like, who is you? First of all, you contradicted yourself so many times just in them few messages from all the work you put in over all this time. You shitted on so much of what you said you represent and who you are and how you moving just in a few sentences, because you either can't hold your liquor or maybe you jealous of the real. I don't know. Maybe it's because I really am from the turf. Maybe it is because because you looked me up and you seen I got all of this shit going on, and maybe it's like, well, damn, that's the homie, but I can't let him get too much. I don't want to look at it like that, but how many times do we really, really encounter that type of hatred? And like I said, you sound like a female. Oh, I make more money than you. Or I can help you. You can't do nothing for me. You sound like a girl that's arguing you down about how she can get somebody else to fuck her in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to be with you. I got niggas all on me. Whoa. That's how you sound when you come like that, homie. You sound like a bitch. And that's why I said it's still T-Real.
Everything 420 really is that one-stop shop. Whether you're looking for your go-to gear or something new and unexpected, they got options for days, and they're always dropping mystery boxes and deals. The E420 app is clean, shipping is quick, and they literally have everything. Don't forget to use code NOJUMPER at checkout.